So let's have a quick look at qualifying on board with Andrew Lightfoot. Big sideways moment for Paddock, bend a bit too sideways onto the grass towards the tyre wall, and just a small tap on the tyre wall. Right, race is underway then. On board with Andrew Lightfoot here on row 3. It's quite a good start. Good start from Paul Thorpe there. Trying to come through on the inside and the back out of it. Almost contact there. Side by side between Rosier and Cottrell into Paddock Kilbane for the first time. I think Lee Scott could well lose out there on the outside. I think Lightfoot should have been past him. So it's Thorpe there in front of us in third. Ahead of him in second is Cottrell. But in the lead is Matt Rosier. Onto the brakes, almost into the back of Thorpe for Lightfoot. And that's allowed Lee Scott to come round the outside. Is he going to try and get past? Thorpe as well. He's got the inside line now for Graham Hill Bend, and through he goes then into third position for Lee Scott. And also coming through there, that looks like Ed Cooper to me. I think it was, or was it Derek Rosier? I think it could have well been Derek Rosier then. So he's made a very good start. He started back on row 4. Off goes Lightfoot. Lightfoot's lost it through McLaren, through the mud. Stationed in the middle of the circuit, gets back away, but well down the pack then for Andrew Lightfoot. He's just fallen behind Andy Philpotts. Out of the top 10 for him. On board now with Damian Cottrell then. He sits in second behind Matt Rosier, the race leader. So it is the 205 leading from the Nova. Through Paddock then down the hill. Climb back up again. And chasing after Rosier then. Onto the brakes for the Druids hairpin. Right-hander now, the hairpin, and then they fall back down the hill. They've just climbed down towards Graham Hill Bend. Rosier starting to gap Cottrell now. Cottrell tries to come back at him under braking there for Graham Hill Bend, but Rosier finding the grip at the moment. Down to 30 as we go then. The very fast left-hander followed by the right-hander at McLaren. And Rosier certainly not taking it easy. He's trying to make a break. After lap 1 he had about a 7/10 lead. I think that's been extended. Up on the inside then for Andrew Lightfoot. He gains the position. He's just made his way past Mark Webster, I think it was. Mark Webster running in the Fiesta XR2. In front of him, the car's almost running side by side. That was Philpotts and Langford. Now Philpotts made it through, I think, there. Now they climb the hill. Lightfoot tries round the outside of Langford. New driver this year is Langford. He stays in front at the moment in the 205. See the novice cross on the back of the car now. Andrew Lightfoot, is he going to find a way through perhaps on the inside line for Graham Hill Bend? No, he doesn't go for it. He goes for the more swooping line, which he's trying to find it. Somebody goes off the circuit there towards the gravel trap. That was Martin Foudry. Foudry off then down here at Graham Hill Bend gravel trap. Also Richard Herbert, we can see here from a commentary box, is on his side out of Paddock. Lightfoot gains another position. That is on Langford. He's gone past now. But we've got a car on its side. That's Richard Herbert. He's climbing himself out of the car in the Fiesta XR2. And as well, Fowler in the gravel. So we've got 2 out. We've got 19 left. On board now then with Damian Cottrell again. So he chases after Rosier. He gets on the curb. The car gets a little bit sideways. He continues to control the car though into Graham Hill Bend. Then a big sideways moment for Graham Hill Bend. There's a car of Foudry, Martin Foudry in the gravel trap there. Now defending the line, that was Cottrell. Into Paddock Hill Bend then for Damian Cottrell again, and off in front, that's Matt Rosier. The race leader's had a big moment there. He's just about cracked it. There's green flags here though as we head up the hill, so that means Foudry will be able to take the lead as we head into the Druids hairpin after a mistake from Matt Rosier. We said he was pushing very hard and it caused him to go off into Druids then for Lightfoot. He's now caught up with Andy Philpotts in the Fiesta XR2. Go into Graham Hill Bend. Ooh, the car gets that twitchy in the middle of the corner though. Managed to just about hold it. We head down to Cersei's, lots of spray out there Rained all day today here at Brands Hatch, making the conditions very tough. Late on the brakes again for clearways. That's, I'm thinking that it's not a field box, is it? Martin Kaiser in front of us. Martin Kaiser in the Fiesta XR2, same as Lightfoot in the Fiesta XR2 down. They're running straight towards Paddock Hill Bend. Now let's see if we can do a bit of spotting for the car on its side of Richard Herbert for you here on the screen. If you look to your far right, you may well see the car. The car off on the... You couldn't see his car, although I think Lightfoot you did see in the mirror. You can see he had a look at the car, but what we also saw, and it's straight on, they did first, it was straight on to come Kaiser into Druid. I think he should be able to stay on the additional tarmac, but he has lost a few positions in that. Now Lightfoot goes after Derek Rosier. What I was going to say though, in the gravel trap was John Hill in the 205. Now round the outside of Derek Rosier comes Lightfoot. Can't quite get that done yet. This is a great recovery drive for Andrew Lightfoot. Maybe he had that spin on lap 1, and now he's coming back through the field. Where can he find a way past Derek Rosier there? Paddock Hill Bend. Well, could well be under yellow. Let's take a look as we go onto the brakes. Well, I can't see it. So he goes up on the inside, makes up another position. Ed Cooper's the next car to make a move, and it's a big moment once again from Matt Rosier. He spins just in front of Lightfoot. Somehow we managed to avoid him, so he could continue. And his next, like I say, Ed Cooper's next target, the spinning car of Rosier for the second time Paddock Hill. Then spread the two cars out. Oh, big sideways moment there for Rosier. For Lightfoot, even on the exit of Druids. We turn through the left-hander at Graham Hill Bend. Ed Cooper giving chase to the car in front of him, who is a Paul Thorpe. Battle for third position, I think that is. So the Cottrell with a bit of a lead in the second is Cottrell leads from Scott. Lee Scott's having to go for the lead now. He's going to try and come past Damian Cottrell as we go down to Paddock Hill Bend. Then third is Cooper now, I think, or is it still Paul Thorpe there in third? We'll first turn into Paddock then. I think that, well, we're going up on the inside of Cooper now to gain a position. So I think that's third position for Lightfoot. He's lapping the car there of Jamie Howells, or was it Ryan Lowry, one of the Fiesta XR2s. Anyway, it's Damian Cottrell who is in front of us. He's down a second. Lee Scott leads then. Second's Damian Cottrell. Third is Andrew Lightfoot. Fourth is Edward Cooper. Fifth is Paul Thorpe. So that's our top 5 as it stands. On to the brakes then for Clearways. Chasing after Damian Cottrell in the Vauxhall Nova. The only other person in a Nova out there is Ed Cooper. Let's take a replay then. How Damian Cottrell lost the lead. Through Paddock, and the car goes sideways. Car continues to go sideways. There you go, there's a circuit. We've got 2 cars off the circuit there. One of them was on its side, Herbert, but into the lead went Lee Scott. So, trying to find grip on the exit corner there. It was Cottrell. He eventually found grip. It took a while for the grip to come to him. Right, Cottrell in front of Lightfoot. This is the battle for second. Lightfoot trying to find a way through, trying to come around the outside. Lee Scott getting away at the front. Cottrell really trying hard to defend this second position. The spray. Here, I think the checker flag. This is the end of the race, so it's going to be a second position for Damian Cottrell. Lightfoot, a great recovery drive to third. He looks rather happy with that one, because that was a great drive through the pack for the IRL racing driver. But it was Lee Scott that took the victory by nearly 2 seconds in the end from Damian Cottrell. Then in third, like I said, was Andrew Lightfoot. Fourth was Paul was Edward Cooper, and 5th was Paul Thorpe. Matt Rosier dropped down to 10th. So the race gets underway then. Rosier versus Scott off the front. And Paul Thorpe's made the best start though. He's gone through the middle to take the lead. Then so Paul Thorpe leads. They go through Barrett. The car gets a bit sideways though. We can now ride aboard Andrew Lightfoot. He started in 8th, but he's gone well up the order. Later in the brakes round the outside for the door to into the pack of Martin Kayser's car as they head now down the hill. And we're in a battle for 3rd, aren't we? So both these cars, Kayser and Lightfoot, making astonishing starts. Damian Cottrell though wasn't there at the start, so both of them making their way ahead of Andrew Cooper, who started 5th. Right, through 37 for Lightfoot. It's Paul Thorpe that leads the race. He's never won a race before, so this is looking quite good already for him. It's a fantastic start. Good qualifying yesterday to get 3rd in this one. 2nd then, Matt Rosier, fastest person out there yesterday, but he had a few spins a paddock, which didn't help his at all. 3rd, Martin Kayser very wide in the paddock. He sorts himself out. Andrew Lightfoot then running 4th. He had a great race yesterday after his spin at McLaren. Came back right through the order to a strong position. So I wonder what he can do today, running 4th. Runs over the curb, down the hill towards Graham Hill Bend. Paul Thorpe's got a good lead at the moment. She'll be very impressed with that. Let's have a look at a replay of his start then. Straight through the middle. Right back on board with Lightfoot. He attacks Kayser into clearways. Can't get it done as of yet. He's sitting right behind the Kayser car, the Fiesta XR2. He went into clearways there. Now they head down the bottom straight. It's very wet this weekend, isn't it? Classic Stock Country boys certainly haven't had the best of it. Right now look, Paul Thorpe starting to come under pressure from Matt Rosier at the front then. That's the Fiesta XR2 ahead of the Peugeot 205, what it is for the lead. Big start might be there for Kayser and for Lightfoot as they went through Druids. Both the cars sorted it out though. And then they break into Graham Hill Bend. And again Lightfoot all over. I think there's a bit of contact on the exit of Graham Hill Bend as Lightfoot got the better exit to the corner. But I think Kayser just about staying in front at this point in the proceedings there, but it's very sideways. Kayser into clearways. As you can see on the exit of McLaren is where it all really happened there for him. But we've got red flags out. Martin Fowdery's gone off, although he's going to be allowed to start from the back, but the race goes away. And it's looks like a very good start from Lightfoot again. A poor start from Kayser on the inside of the 2nd row. Here we go then with Thorpe, and Rosier's got the better of him. So we have a 5 minutes plus 1 lap race, I think this is. As we head up into Druids, it's Rosier that leads. Paul Thorpe is in 2nd. They go down the gears and into Druids. Thorpe looking for the grip and... sorry, we're on board Lightfoot, aren't we? So Thorpe went down to 3rd off the line. And it's Thorpe now to 2nd. And Rosier runs out really wide though. So, just to recap, we've been on board with Lightfoot, not with Thorpe. Paul Thorpe did not make as good start as he did first time round, but he's coming back through the order. Paul Thorpe on a real charge here in his Fiesta XR2. Now it's a 205 ahead of the 2 Fiestas then. It's Rosier from Thorpe, from Lightfoot. And you can see Lightfoot right on the tail of Paul Thorpe then. As they now power through Clark Curve. Another lap. Well, the first lap of the restart, isn't it? 17 cars made the restart. The board with Thorpe through paddock then. Now they can climb the hill towards Druids. This is where we got second position back on lap 1. So it was a 9/10 lead after lap 1 for Rosier. What can Paul Thorpe do about him then? As he heads into Graham Hill Bend. The cars just fighting for grip. They have been all weekend really. Everyone looking forward to Cadwell Park in 4 weeks' time, hoping for a drier weekend there. A lot of people will be, perhaps some people having a good weekend here in the wet. Brands actually think I wouldn't mind if it was wet, but certainly the majority of people, dry weather would be ideal. Right now, we're getting closer to Rosier, aren't we? Out the slipstream, we come around the outside as we head into Paddock Hill Bend. But I don't think there's quite going to be enough room there yet. So Rosier still leads. And of course, he's got the best of the visibility. Because, of course, of the wet weather. No spray for the lead. And again, if Thorpe gets very close. Lightfoot as well. We can see the rear view cameras. Lightfoot gets usually close to the back of Paul Thorpe's car, but Paul Thorpe holds on to second for the moment then, as we head now into the left-hander at Graham Hill Bend. Lightfoot perhaps hit two wheels out on the curb and losing traction, and now Lightfoot fighting back at Paul Thorpe late on the brakes for clearways. Rosier looking for the grip on the outside. Thorpe keeps to the tighter line, trying to get closer to the car in front of him, the race leader, Matt Rosier. So they head down to Paddock Hill Bend. Rosier hasn't got the dominance that he had yesterday. All the cars get hugely close to Paddock Hill Bend. Lightfoot almost runs into the back of Thorpe. Was Rosier a bit earlier in the brake check? Perhaps a little bit worried after what happened yesterday. 2 massive moments between Paddock Hill Bend. Luckily not to have a big accident. Round the outside comes Lightfoot now, trying to cut back down the hill. I don't think he's quite able to do that. He's trying not to run into the back of Paul Thorpe because these cars are hugely close. His Rosier started to back them up, I wonder. No one else really in a fighting distance. Ed Cooper runs in 4th. 5th is Andy Philpotts. Down into clearways then. Can Paul Thorpe do anything here about Rosier? No. Rosier continues to lead. Lightfoot looking for the grip on the outside. Thorpe going to the inside, trying to find a way past Rosier. The track seems to be getting wetter, if anything. Right down into paddock now then. And will Thorpe do anything about the race leader here? The cars again, Concertina up into Paddock Hill Bend. I'm almost sure that Rosier isn't so keen on paddock after yesterday. Oh, contact into Druids there. I think Paul Thorpe didn't quite realise Andrew Lightfoot was there. And a slight bit of contact, nothing too much. I think at the end of this we have 1 to go. Out of Graham Hill Bend, it is Rosier from Thorpe, from Lightfoot. We can now ride on board with Paul Thorpe. He now died really late on the brakes. He can't find a way through though into clearways. He had a dive up on the inside of Rosier. Couldn't get it done. Now he's trying to get the run out the corner. Here we go then. He's driving up alongside Rosier. The 2 cars are just or do they avoid making contact? I wonder if there was a slight rubble there. 1 to go, and the race leader now is Paul Thorpe. The paddock, can Lightfoot find a way through? Well, he almost runs into the back of Rosier there. Couldn't get it done. It's now Thorpe from Rosier, from Lightfoot, the top 3. And Rosier fighting back on the inside for Druids. Because Lightfoot takes such a wide line, we can't see what's going on. We can now, and now has As Lightfoot made up on the inside of Rosier, he has into second position, goes Lightfoot, the car gets to all sides, he goes all over the grass on the exit of the corner. He's going to have to back out with this, otherwise we're going to end up in a tyre wall. And Paul Thorpe's going to take the race again, he's very happy with this. So very happy Paul Thorpe took the victory to the 4th round of the championship. Matt Rosier finished second, and in third was Lightfoot. So that means Lee Scott leads the championship still.